Okay, starting a Revit project, you need to first decide if it's a residential project or a commercial project. That will depend on which template you choose. So you will click the New button, and you will either choose an architectural template for commercial or click Browse and choose the residential template. So this is a commercial project, so I'm going to choose the architectural template. I'm going to click OK. Okay, so this is your drawing screen. It is very important if you open up Revit for the first time, your project browser and your properties are all on the same side. It's really important to be able to read both of those really well. So I drag my project browser to the right. The project browser is the same as tabs in AutoCAD. So you have level 1 floor plans, level 2 floor plans, the site plan, ceiling plan, level 1, level 2, your elevations, legends, schedules, sheets, families is the same as drawing blocks in AutoCAD. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to the Manage tab, and we're going to click Additional Settings. And we'll find where it says Annotations, and we want to click Temporary Dimensions. Because we are interior designers, we're not interested as much in center lines as construction management is. So we want to set ours to give us a temporary dimension for faces and openings instead. So we're going to click OK. Now, when you first load in Revit, getting those confused, it will preload in some things. If I click the plus sign by families, and I go through here, this is the same as layers. If I click the plus sign by doors, there's one loaded. I don't want that one, so I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go to furniture. It loads a desk, which is really ugly, so I'm going to delete that. Under generic models, they have mutton and trim. It's a commercial project, so we don't need those 3 items. It's going to fuss at you to say OK. Planting, I'm just going to get rid of that. Under windows, we're going to get rid of the 3 windows that they have loaded. Okay, so here is the drawing screen. It comes preloaded with the exterior elevation symbols. So this is north, south, east, and west. So you want to draw in between these symbols so that it will draw the elevations. Okay, so what I've done is I have pre-planned a floor plan in AutoCAD, which is a lot easier to do. Get it pre-planned in AutoCAD, and then you can insert it. So I'm going to go up here to the Insert tab, Import CAD, find where I have that CAD drawing loaded. Here's my gym drawing. Okay, so it comes in, pinned to the screen. I can't see the pin until I click on the draw. So it comes in pinned to the screen. I want to put it between my elevation symbol. So I'm going to click the little pin, and now I can move it in between. Okay. So this is the outline of the interior of the drawing. I didn't put an exterior line in because I wasn't sure what material that I wanted to use for the walls. So to draw walls, you have to go to the architecture tab. And so Revit is a lot easier than AutoCAD. You don't have to worry about what layer you're on. It draws in the correct layer. So I'm going to click wall. And when I click wall, it automatically preloads itself at a generic 8-inch wall. You never want to use generic or basic generic walls. So I'm going to click the little triangle and scroll up. That's where you find the exterior walls. So I want to use a brick on metal stud wall. So I'm going to click the brick on the metal stud wall. When Revit loads it, it loads it automatically at 20 feet. It automatically loads it at wall center line. So you see the green tab here. And then also it tells me the properties of that particular wall that I've chosen. So again, it's got it set at center line, the base constraints at level 1. Base offset, you probably don't want to use. And then it's unconnected, and it's unconnected, or the top constraint is unconnected, and the unconnected height is 20 feet. Okay, so I'm going to change from 20 feet to 16 feet. And I'm going to change my wall center line to finish face interior because I have the interior walls drawn. Now, when you draw a wall, you want to go clockwise. You do not want to go counterclockwise. I don't want to start here and go to the right because that puts the brick on the inside of the building and the gypsum board on the outside of the building. So you can start either at the top or at the bottom. I'm going to start here at the bottom, and I'm going to trace the wall. So when I get to the end, I get the O snap like AutoCAD. Come up here at the top, O snap it. And then go down to the bottom and hit the modify tool to stop because it will continue drawing lines until you stop. Okay, so looking at our walls here, notice that unlike AutoCAD, it draws both the interior and the exterior line for the wall. It also joins the walls. So if I come up here and click at the 3D view button, you will see that it is drawn in 3D. Okay, it also shows you these levels. So level 2, level 1. I'm going to turn these off. It just confuses me when I just don't like the look of it. Not confuses me, but anyway, I'm going to go to the View tab and under Visibility Graphics, click Visibility Graphics and then Annotation. So this is considered an annotation like dimensions is an annotation in AutoCAD. So I'm going to scroll down, and basically what these two items are the levels So it shows you've got a bottom level and a top level. So we're going to look for the word levels, and we're going to uncheck that and hit OK to turn it off. If you delete them, it's going to delete your building. So you just turn off the layer under visibility graphics under view. And while I'm at it, if sometimes these get closed, and how do you get them back? You go to the View tab. At the very end is User Interface. Click User Interface and make sure that Properties and Project Browser is open. Okay, so that's how that's fixed. All right, so let's go back. We're going to close this tab that says 3D. And we're going to go back in and we are going to put the interior walls in. Before I put the interior walls in, I'm going to go to the south elevation. And I need to make the determination. So I'm going to first go to the Architecture tab, click Level right here under Datum. And I'm going to put a roof level up, or level 3. And I'm going to make that 16 feet. Okay, so that is my roof line. Okay, I want to have a 10-foot ceiling in this gym. And level 2 is set at 10 feet, except if I put a 10-foot ceiling in with a 10-foot level, it's not going to allow me to put lights in because I need 2 foot of plenum space above the ceiling. So I'm going to switch this from 10 feet to 12 feet. Okay. I'm also going to go with that. All right. I'm going to close the south elevation. I'm going to go to wall. And I'm going to switch from an exterior wall to an interior wall. So I will scroll down. I'm going to bypass all the generic ones. Don't use generic. And I'm going to go for a 5-inch partition. It's a 2-hour wall. So 5-inch partition. I'm going to click the 5-inch partition. It now look at it. It says unconstructed 12. The height of it being 12 feet. It's going to go up to level 2, which is what we set. So I'm going to come in here and start. It'll find the middle of that wall, which I'm okay with. And I don't stop. Like in AutoCAD, you stop in the doorway. I'm going to go over the doorways. Click wall again. In this case, it stopped there at that wall, so I didn't have to hit the modify button. I'm going to come over and draw this wall. And it didn't stop it, see, so I'm going to have to hit the modify button. And then I'll come in and draw these walls. So I'll come in here and draw all the way down to this angle, to the angle, and down to the wall. See, it automatically cuts the wall. And see, I didn't get over correctly here. So if I go to the modify button, hit the, under the modify panel, click align. If you're here, and first it's set at wall faces. So I'm going to click the wall face and then this, and it puts that, lines it up perfectly, and we'll do the same here. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to architecture, click wall. It's already loaded onto basic 5-inch partition wall. Click there. These are doors, so we're going to ignore those. And then we'll do these individual walls. And then so when I don't have it correctly, I can hit escape and then redo it. Modify this. Now, come over here and do these. Okay, final wall. Okay, so we have our floor plan trace. If we look at it in 3D, here are all our walls. And so I'm going to go back to level 1. I no longer need that AutoCAD drawing. So if I come over here where I've got these little pink steam rooms and click like that, that is the AutoCAD drawing. And if I see the thumbtack, then I know I have the AutoCAD drawing. I want to delete the AutoCAD drawing. I can just hit X, but it leaves all the AutoCAD layers, which can be a problematic when you go to assign materials and things. So we're going to come up here. The Modify tab pops up. We're going to click the Delete Layers button. We're going to click Check Off. And then we're going to hit OK. And it deletes the AutoCAD drawing. If I look at it in 3D and flip it upside down, all I have is walls. Okay, so that's a 3D. I've got my walls in. And so I'm ready to put in doors. And so I'm going to start up here. We're going to go to door. And it says there's no doors loaded. So I'm going to hit yes. And here is my doors. So I'm going to double click the door panel, a door folder rather. And there is the commercial. That's what I want to use. There is a double, there's an exterior double 2 light door. So I'm going to hit open. I want a 72 by 84. I'm going to click OK. And then all I have to do is come up here to the edge. And I don't have enough wall there, so I'm going to bring it like this. Just hit the keyboard arrow. Let's see if we have one. Yeah. So it's a commercial project, commercial building, so the doors need to open out into the flow of flow of traffic there instead of opening in. And there I go. So I have my front door. Okay, now I'm going to go back to door. I'm going to hit load family. Here's my commercial, and for the managers, so you have a manager's office and a trainer's office. I'm going to find, so there's a single full light, shows you full light, one light, two light, and you've got a two narrow light. So I'm going to go for the two light narrow. So I'm going to click open. I'm going to look for the 36 by 84, hit open. Okay, rather, it loads it into the project before I place the window on the, the door on the window, on the wall. I'm first going to click edit type. When I click edit type, it shows me that here in the dimensions, it's 36 wide, 7 foot tall, has a thickness of 1 3/4, a masonry frame depth of 5 3/4. Well, we put in 5-inch walls, so we're going to take out the 3/4. So I'm going to click behind the 4, backspace to the 5, hit apply, click OK. Then over here in the properties, this is a gypsum board wall. It has it set at masonry frame, that we have a masonry frame. Nope, we don't. So we're going to check that. We'll come over here to our wall. It will not load a door unless you touch a wall. You can rotate the door by hitting the space bar. And then depending on which side of the wall you've got your cursor. So if I have it on the outside, it's going to flip it down. If I move it up, it's going to flip it to the inside. That's what I want. So I'm going to click on the wall. Okay. Now I can come in here. I'll hit the modify button. I can come here and I can change the distance from the door to the door frame to the wall there. I'm going to make it 3 inches. There we go. Also, if I change my mind, which, what side of the wall that door is on, or I want the door to open out, I can click the door and hit the flipper button. Like that. Okay. I want to put a door right here in this room. I want them to be close together. So I'm going to click on that door first. Then I'm going to come up to the mirror button. Here's the mirror button, and I can find the midpoint of that wall by getting close like that, clicking, dragging my cursor down, making sure my angle is 90, and click. There is no ortho in Revit. Okay, so here we go. We have the manager's office and a trainer's office. And in our front area here. And so now we're going to go to the restrooms. we're going to click door, load family, and let's see. So we want a single flush. We don't want a window on bathroom doors. So we're going to click open, choose the 36 by 84. Okay. Again, we're going to click edit type, take out the 3/4, hit OK. Then uncheck the masonry frame. And I can hit the space bar to flip it. And then I can come over here and hit the space bar and click. Okay. So I can click on this one. I have it at 3 inches, and I'll click on this one. Didn't quite get 3 inches, so I can put in 3 inches. Okay, so I have my doors here. I'm going to use back to door. I'm going to use that 72-inch double door right here. So I'm going to click there, and I'll put my door in right there. And I forgot to change the frame. I don't really need a threshold. Edit type. Frame depth is, take out the 3/4. Hit OK. And I have my door in. Whoops. Did I forget to uncheck? Yep. Masonry frame and threshold. Okay, there's my door for the this is a yoga studio. Okay. All right, so we have the gym, the men's locker room, the women's locker room, and the yoga studio. This is the reception area. Okay. We're going to put in some storefront windows down along this edge right here. So people driving in the parking lot, oh, it's a gym. We're going to put a window in the manager's office right here, and on the side, same way with the trainer on this right here by the front door, by their door, so they can see out in case someone's having issues. So we are going to go to wall, click wall. That's where storefront windows are kept. It's a wall. So if I click there and scroll down, there is curtain wall 1 and there's storefront. So if I click storefront, and then this is where I need to pay attention over here. I don't want my storefront windows to be the tile height of the exterior walls, because then you would see the ceiling guts and that kind of thing. So I'm going to change it to 10 feet, like I want my ceiling height, 10 feet. And then I'm going to start about right here, come down to the end like this. And it automatically, if I go to 3D, it automatically cut the wall for me. It divided them up, the windows, and evenly, and cut the wall for me. Okay, So now I'm going back to level 1. Do not want to use storefront in my interior. So I'm going to go to wall. Click the little triangle and click curtain wall 1. Okay, it's set at 10 feet. Good. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come down 1 foot from the exterior wall. And I will put in, let's see, 8'6". Like that. Okay. Now, I don't want, so if I click off of it, it gave me a warning that I had 2 overlapping walls. So I'm going to go to the Modify tab. And if I look at it in 3D, I don't see that window I put in. So I'm going to go to the Modify tab and click Cut. I'm going to click the wall first. Then I'm going to put my cursor close to that window. I have to get close enough where I get those dashed lines. And if I click that dashed line, it cuts the window, as you can see here. Okay, I don't want a floor to ceiling window. So I'm going to click that again. And where I have base offset, I'm going to offset it 3 feet. So if I look at it, okay, then I'm going to click on it again, and where it says unconnected 10 foot, I'm going to put in 4 foot. And now I have a 4 foot. 4 foot by 3 foot window. All right, so I'm going to go back to level 1. I'm going to come in, click architecture, wall, and it's this will do this periodically. Do you want to save the project? Let's save the project because sometimes Revit crashes. I'm going to hit save. So periodically it will ask you if you want to save, and be sure not to go, nah, I'm too busy to hit the save button. It will save you a lot of tears. Okay, so we're going to come back to the architecture tab, click wall. We're going to come in and about 4 inches from that edge, do 4'10". See, highlighted walls overlap. I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, so 4 foot from that edge. And I think, a 4'6" window. And I'm going to click on it and move it up a little bit. And this one, I'm going to flip it first. And then I think if I do modify, oh, I think that's even, okay. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to do the base offset at 3 feet. Unconnected at 4 feet on that one. Click this one, 3 feet. And 4 foot here. We have to go to cut, click the wall, then the window, click the wall, then the window. Okay, so if we look at it in 3D, we have our windows in our offices. Okay, so we've got doors for our restrooms. So we're going to go to the internet. We're going to do a Google search. See, I don't remember the name of. But I have one in another project. Really not that much. Okay. Louver door. Okay. Okay, check those. Download my selection. Open the file, upgrade the model. Here's my louver door. So I'm going to load it into the project and close. So that it closes that tab. Okay, I'm going to come over to my restrooms. This one is the ADA restroom. So I'm going to have the door open out. I'll just do the door open out in both of them. Okay, so I have a conflict there. So now I'm going to click on that one, hit edit type, and you'll notice that it doesn't really have a size. So I can rename this one to be 36" by 70, let's see, 84. I'm going to click OK. And I want to make sure that it is the height and width. Okay. So now I can duplicate that. Take out the 2, and then I'm going to do a 32" by 84. So then I've got to change this to 2 foot. Eight. Hit OK. And it changes the size. I'm going to click on this one to make sure. Yeah, it's 36. This one is 32. It says 33, even though. Click that, edit type, rename it, make sure it says 32 and not 33. Okay, now I'm going to go back down to this one. I'm going to click architecture door, 36 by 84, and hit the space bar and switch it to 32 by 84. Let's have it open as well. Okay, so these are showers. This is going to be a sauna. And then 3 showers, 2 restrooms. We'll have the sinks right here. And then lockers and a bench here. So before we do that, we have in our doors and our windows. And now we can there we go. One that's to line up. Okay. We can look at it in 3D. So we have doors, windows, and we are ready. So I'm going to close this. Okay, so this is the proposed floor plan. So we're going to come in and we're going to do some annotation. So we're going to click annotate. And this is how you label the rooms. We're going to click text. It automatically comes with a 1/4 inch. We also I did not mention that down here at the bottom, it's 1/8 inch scale and that we're drawing it. We can switch that when we see if we get further down the road if we need to. But I'm going to click the annotate button. I'm going to click edit type. I'm going to duplicate it because I don't want to overwrite the original in case I need to go to REL. I'm going to rename it to be, or I'm going to hit duplicate and name it to be City Blueprint. Click OK, and then I don't forget to come here where it says REL and switch it to City Blueprint. Okay, click OK. Then I can hit edit type after I click OK, and then I can duplicate it. And I can have 1/8 inch City Blueprint. Click OK, and then I switch the size right here versus 1/4. Okay, then I can duplicate that. And I can do 3/30 seconds. And then I can switch the size to 3/30 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to my properties where I have 3/30 seconds. I'm going to switch it to 1/8. I'm going to come up here to the manager's office, type in manager, and then trainer. Reception, or let's just call it foyer. Gym floor. Yoga. Women. and then min. Okay, so that's how you label your floor plan. If you make a mistake, you can click inside of it like that and correct any spelling errors you have. You also have a spell check. It will tell you if you've made any spelling errors. Okay, so now we want to have a set of construction documents. So when you go to put your drawings on the floor, on the sheets, title blocks to make a set of construction documents, it will not allow you, like AutoCAD, you can turn off layers and you can have the same drawing. You can duplicate it and turn off layers and yada, yada, yada. Revit, once you put the floor plan, this floor plan on a sheet, you cannot put the same floor plan. You cannot put level 1 again on another sheet. So you will have to duplicate level 1. So if I right click, duplicate, view, duplicate, and then I call it layer 1, copy 1. I can just rename it to be the furniture plan. Okay, so for each set of construction documents that you want, for each, you'll have to duplicate the level 1 to be your furniture plan. You'll want to do the lighting plan will go on the ceiling plan. So, and another caveat about this is if I renamed level 1 to be reflected ceiling, it's going to name in my furniture plan, level 1 is reflected ceiling. So it has to stay at, whatever you could call it, floor plan 1 or what, first floor or whatever you want to call it. It's going to rename the ceiling plan the same. So they'll have to be the same name, basically what I'm trying to say. Okay. So let's put in the floors. In the reception area, let's see what I want to do. So in the reception area, I want to have tile floor. So I'm going to go to the architecture tab, find floor. Again, you don't want to use a generic floor. So I'm going to find ceramic tiles. So joist 10-inch ceramic tile. I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to click the line tool. So see the modify tab pops up. And then I can draw, I could use the boundary lines or I can just use line. I'm going to use line in this case. I'm going to come over here and click and trace the wall. We'll go up to the facing like this. And if you make a mistake, continue to draw because you can correct it. Don't stop, redo, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to draw it at an angle. Come up to the corner. Hit the modify button first. Okay, so I didn't get this right on where I want to be. So I can use the align tool and correct that. Okay. So you don't have to stop. And all right. Now, if I click before I hit the green check mark to set the floor, I'll come over here to edit type. And it tells me, so the structure, so if I click edit under structure, it tells me everything that's in that makes up that floor. So for some reason, Revit comes loaded in on tile mosaic gray. So we're going to click that little button. So I'll do that again. If you come over here and highlight, let's click off of it, highlight that, this little button pops up. And it shows me this is what the mosaic gray, if I look at graphics, it has no graphics because it's a mosaic. So I'm going to create, I don't want to use their tile. I'm going to load in my own tile to use. So I'm going to load in a new material. So down here at the bottom where that silver ball is the create new material. So I'm going to click create new material. It pops up default new material. So I'm going to right click, rename it. All right. So the best practices, the best policy is to put a 1 in front of it, dash, and then we'll call it foyer tile. That way, and I'll show you here in a few minutes why we want to do that. So where it says foreground, pattern, none. All right, so it's on the graphics tab. Foreground, pattern is none, click none. And then it's a model, not a drafting pattern. So I have to click model. And right there is the 12-inch tile. So I'm going to click 12-inch tile, hit OK. Right now, I don't have anything picked out to put, but when I do, so when I capture something from the internet, I can click here at the image and attach the image from my folder. All right, but right now, we're not worried about that. So we've got 12-inch tile under graphics. And also you can click here on the identity and you can tell Revit that this is a ceramic tile. You can say 12-inch ceramic tile. You can put the manufacturer in, the model number, the cost, even the URL, and you can give it, let's see what this takes me to. So you could go here under and find the division. So if I click under masonry, click under finishes, tiling, okay. Ceramic tiling. Floor tile, okay, so hit OK. You can give it a mark, so you can say this is CT1. We can do that later, but hit OK. All right, so here's for your tile 1. Click OK. Click OK. And now we're ready to hit the green check mark. And just a point to make, if there are any gaps or overlapping lines. So if this line overlaps like this, and I hit the green check mark, it's not going to allow me to continue to make the floor. So I have to hit continue and make that correction. And I can hit the green check mark. So no gaps or no overlapping lines. All right, so there's my floor. So I can put carpet tile in these two rooms. So I can go to floor and find carpet finish. Now, notice that the carpet finish is got a 12-inch joist. So I'm going to come here and look at my ceramic tile first. And click edit there, and notice that the joist is 9¼ inch. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go to my wood floor, my carpet, 9¼ inch. Hit edit type, duplicate it so that now I can take out the finish, take out the 2, change the joist to 10-inch. Hit OK, hit edit, right here where it says structure 9 and 11, or 11 7/8, I needed a 9¼ Okay, then I can click the finish. It's set at the ugly red carpet, so I can hit a duplicate, create new material, right click, rename 1-carpet 1. Let's just have fun. So I could go here to the keynote under finishes, under division 9. I can find wall coverings, carpeting. Just click on carpet. Okay, so hit OK. So this is not a generic, it is carpet. It is will be a carpet tile. But I could get the description later once I get it. So this would be CA1. Okay, then I'm going to go to graphics. I have to click none. In this case, it is a drafting. We're going to use sand for some reason. So sand. Appearance, again, I haven't got it picked out, so I'm going to wait on that. Click OK. OK. Apply. OK. I can come in with the rectangle tool and do the room and hit the green check mark. Okay, so there is my carpet. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back to floor. I'm going to use a rubber tile or rubber flooring on the gym floor. So I'm going to do, it's sort of in tiles like that. So I'm going to use the carpet finish, 10-foot joist. Edit type, duplicate it. So this will be carpet finish number 2, but it won't be carpet finish. I'm going to say rubber gym floor. Okay, click edit type there. switch it to there. Click the new button, create new, right click, edit, right click, rename 1-rubber tile. Under graphics, I'll click none. We'll click model and see what we have. I'll click that block 8x16. Okay, so identity, I'm going to click the keynote under finishes. Let's see, I think it'd be resilient flooring. Oh, here we go, rubber flooring. Click OK. So that would be RF1. Okay. Click OK again. OK again, and then we will have to trace. So I'm going to start right here at this angle. I'm going to have to go into the doorway of each of these rooms. If it doesn't give you an O snap, you can right click, snap override, and look for an intersection. So we'll have to go in the doorway of the gym, I mean the restrooms. Okay, so I made a couple of errors, so use the align tool. And I think I did that down here. Okay, so now I've made those corrections. I'm going to click the modify button, click the green check mark. Sometimes that happens. You have to save the project that there is my tile floor, rubber tile floor. I can come in. Do floor. I want to put a wood floor in the yoga studio. It'll be a laminate wood floor. So I'm going to click edit type. Click edit under structure. Click beside the oak flooring. Click new material. Right click, rename 1-yoga flooring. I'm going to click wood there, click keynote under finishes, wood flooring. I'll just choose the 1x4 wood flooring. Okay, go to graphics, click pattern none, go to model, 4-inch parallel, click OK. Click OK again, OK, OK. And now I can come down to the yoga studio. And use the line tool. Okay, so I need to go in the doorway here. Was it paying attention? Okay. Now I'll hit the green check mark. Now I've been asked the question, what if I don't want the flooring to go that direction? I can click on the floor again, go to edit type. Edit here. I think you have to do that when you assign the material. We'll come back to that. But it can be done. Okay, so now we've got the tile in the bathrooms left. So we're going to go to floor, go to our ceramic tile. We have tile in the foyer, so we don't want to have the same tile in either one of these bathrooms. So you'll have to hit edit type, duplicate. This will be tile 2. So again, you have to hit edit. It's set at foyer, so we're going to have to click the new button, rename it to 1-men's tile. Hit pattern none, model, ceramic tile, OK. Come here to the identity keynote, division 9, tiling, ceramic tile, and we want floor tile. Apply, OK. Click OK. OK. And we will go to the rectangle tool. And let's see. I'm going to make it, so I'm going to click here and drag the line down here. Then I'm going to trace this line, bypass all the shower rooms. And trace inside each bathroom stall. Okay, hit the green check mark. All right, then I can click on the tile, click the mirror, and mirror that tile, but I can click on the tile now, edit type, duplicate, change it to 3, click edit, click the little button, new, rename it 1-women's tile. Then I'm going to put my keynote in. Um, 12-inch. Okay, so now we have a shower tile. We're not gonna put pans in, we're gonna slope the floor. So if we click roof, not roof. We click floor, ceramic tile 3, edit type, duplicate it, ceramic tile 4, edit type, change, new, create new, right click, rename 1-men's shower tile. Click the foreground model. There's a 4-inch tile. Click OK. Under identity, the keynote would be division 9, tiling, and it would be floor tile. And then we will draw a rectangle, and we can do all 3 of them at the same time. And then we'll come up here, do floor, edit type, duplicate, make it 5, edit, new, create new, right click, rename 1-women shower. All right, so my keynote, division 9, tiling, ceramic tile, floor, graphics. We want 4-inch under model. We don't have a tile picked out, so we'll hit OK, OK, OK. Then we'll do rectangle. We'll do all 3 of them at the same time. Modify tool, hit the green check mark, and there you go. All right, so you will notice, even though I duplicated the furniture plan, the floor plan to make a furniture plan, I purposely put the finishes on the furniture plan. It still shows up on level 1 floor plan, and I've missed one. I'm gonna have to go up here to floor, find the carpet finish, edit type, duplicate, carpet finish 2, edit type, click here, new, create new, right click, rename 1 dash carpet 2. Under pattern, we'll find sand. And under identity, go under division 9, tile, and find floor tile. Okay, and we'll draw a rectangle. Okay, now we have all of our floor. So we have our floor plan completed. If I look at it in 3D, here's our floor plan. So we have our floor plan, our rooms labeled. So notice that it didn't label them under furniture plan. So I'm going to go to level 1. I'm going to temporarily turn my floors off. So if I go to view, visibility graphics, under model categories, I'm going to uncheck floors for a few minutes. Okay, now I can click one label, hold down my control key, and click the other labels. It pops up the modify tab automatically. I can go to clipboard. Under the scissors icon is the copy clip. Then I can go to my furniture plan and modify paste under clipboard. And then I'll just line up these dashed lines. Best I can, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I now have to hit the green check mark and it is done. So I have labels on both of my plans. Okay, so I've got a really good start to my floor plan. And so we will call it quits here and we'll continue on in part 2.